Howdy, howlers. It's Sako Tumi, also known as Cass Voit, and today I'm going to be talking about author websites. All right. So today I'm going to be, let me try and make words. Today I am going to whir through a 2-hour presentation in 10 minutes, a mere 10 minutes. So I strongly recommend that you take notes, especially if you intend on revamping your website anytime soon. You're going to need this content. Hello, everyone in the chat. We will have a Q&A at the end of this presentation. So we'll have a few minutes to answer questions and read commentary and stuff like that. All right, so this thing and this thing. All right. Now, StreamYard has recently made it so that you can bring your Google Slides straight into StreamYard. So I'm going to try a little bit of waltzing amongst websites while I'm doing this presentation. But yes, Shannon, if you have a question, please put a Q in front of your question so that I can tag it, and I will come back to it when we are at the Q&A section. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. Oh, I had music. All right. Just to kind of calm me down. I'm not nervous, but I've got some butterflies. All right, so welcome to Websites for Authors, or how do I make a home on the internet that is not contingent on social media? Because if social media goes down, we need a place to go. So here we go. What are we talking about? We are talking about a hub where all the things that make you you is in one place. All that stuff that we've made previously in various videos that I've made, that content will go into your website. Content is king. Make sure you have your content first, and then you can put the content on the website, as opposed to making the website and having placeholders for all your content. First thing on the website is your header. In order to make your header, you're going to need 3 things. 1, you're going to need your branding. That is going to be applied to your website as a whole. It's going to be applied to your media kit. It's going to be applied to just about everything on your website. So have your logo and your logo type set, all your color schemes set, all your fonts set, and next you're going to need a blurb about you. I know talking about you is super tricky, and that sometimes we get hung up on what we're good at and what we've accomplished and stuff like that. So I know I write a blurb before I start any story, and oftentimes that blurb, is the music is okay, music is a bit much. Okay, thank you for the heads up, Six Cats Press. So I am actually going into school for book blurbs specifically, and also blurbs for people, blurbs for businesses, blurbs for series, stuff like that. I will be doing a marketing boot camp where we are going to be assessing how we put together blurbs and using a formula that will kind of act as a template. All right, so last but not least, you need a photo. Even those of you who do not put your face on the internet, at least have a caricature or a drawing of you or something. Oh, and don't forget to stretch those hands. Why not Nightbot? Why Nightbot? I haven't had Nightbot on here in a long time. All right, so I strongly recommend getting a professional set taken with a photographer, but if you cannot, if you need something that is quick and dirty and you need to do it right now, this instant, you can use your cell phone. I strongly recommend going through my videos, my marketing videos, and finding the taking your headshot with your iPhone video. I strongly recommend giving that a watch and figuring out what you want out of your photos and how you want to be perceived by the world. So you're going to need those 3 things just to make your header. Next, you got your media kit. Now, if you are going to sell a book, you are in business. And I strongly recommend, if you're going to do your own marketing, that you put together a media kit that you can send out to blogs and podcasts and YouTubers and stuff like that, so that they get an idea of what you do and who you are. So if you are marketing yourself, you want to be featured on various blogs, websites, and podcasts, you are going to want all that stuff in a presentation so that they can download the information about you all in one place. I recommend a PDF with that photo that we just discussed, B, blurbs about your author and your business. The business one isn't absolutely necessary, but I like to include it so that people get my mission statement. And then you're going to need all your books, all your series, and all of their blurbs. Media kit, having a link to a PDF that they can download is super helpful. Super helpful. So I'd like to put that at the top of the page so that they can find it immediately. When it comes to the books and the projects, you can obviously you put the books that you've released. That is a definite, right? But you also put in the works in progress, the hopes that you have in the future, like projects that you've started that you intend to publish. So there are a couple of different ways to digitally put everything together. So we take Canva. Oh, my links aren't working. Okay, so you go to Canva, and there is an ebook template with all kinds of fonts and all kinds of stock footage, and you can make your own images and all that cool stuff. Make an ebook cover for yourself, and then take that EPS or PDF or JPEG or however you export it and bring it into a site called BookBrush. Now, BookBrush is a wonderful site that makes mock-ups and ads from that book cover so that people can, so that you can add those photos to your media kit, that you can add those photos to your website, you can add them to ads. Mock-ups are extremely useful, and BookBrush has a free setting and a paid setting. I strongly recommend looking into it. So again, we talked about our released books and your other stories, like your flash, your short stories, your novelettes, your novellas, stuff like that, and their blurbs, so that people know what those books are about. And then your not yet published books and your other stories. Oh, thank you, Mama Ward. Thank you, Mama Ward, for putting the link. I strongly recommend after this session that you kind of like putz around in BookBrush for a little while and mess around with your cover. It's super fun. It is. It's super fun. All right, so I like to put a quote underneath the books and projects, either from one of my books or from an author about writing, so that it kind of like breaks up some of the heavy content and kind of like gives some space, gives a little bit of rest for the eyes, and communicates how you feel about your writing and how you feel about your content. Boop. At the bottom of the page, I strongly recommend that you have a newsletter and a contact form. Now, I suck at newsletters. I have not implemented mine. I have kind of tooled around with how I'm going to do that, and one of these days I'm going to come up with a battle plan to do so. And when I do so, I'm going to go to Lisa Daly's channel, who has several videos on the topic. She is like the newsletter queen. If you are a romance author or a fantasy author or a cozy mystery author, I strongly recommend Lisa Daly's books and Lisa Daly's video channel, excuse me, that explain how to put that stuff together and what is a site that is really working and what is a site that is not working. So that is a whole different avenue. You can do videos just on newsletters, and maybe one day I will. Maybe one day I will. Thank you so much, Mama Ward, for posting Lisa Daly's site, her YouTube. I strongly appreciate that. Also, this is session 12, websites for authors with Sako Tumi. If you fill out the feedback form, that would be super swell. But we will get there. We will get there. All right. Website services. There are plenty of services out there to help you lay out your website and publish it. Yes, you could sit down and do everything in HTML and Java and possibly make it from scratch and find hosting and find a place to do a domain and all of those things on your own. But that is a job in and of itself, right? There are web designers that specialize in that thing. So now I am a graphic designer. So what I do is I want to concentrate on my writing. I want to concentrate on my content. And then I will slap something together to show all of my content in one place. Wix is my preferred website to do this with. Yeah, Morgan loves the ease of Wix. I tried doing WordPress for my art blog. It got it did the job, but it was a lot more work than I feel like it was worth doing. Squarespace is much like Wix. It's a little more expensive, but the tools are a lot more intuitive from what I understand. So Wix also and Squarespace both, I believe, have a service within their GUI where you can sign up for a domain right there and do the oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Wix is great. everything is done in chunks. Everything is done in modules, so that you can edit your website like in chunks. I like to do, and you will see when I share the thing. I haven't even opened it yet. That's awesome. Okay. I will show you some examples of some really great websites, and also my own, so that you get an idea of how that stuff is laid out, how the brand is applied, how what is important, and visual hierarchy, which is definitely something to take into account when you are laying anything out. Visual hierarchy. All right, so we're at our examples. I'll show you Doll Sissel Runo's page first. Share screen. Doll Sissel Runo. Oh, yay, it's working. All right, so Doll Sissel Runo has a wonderful website, and I believe I helped them, and they did a lot of homework on their own, figuring out how to lay out their website and how to make it the most impactful and make the most impression right off the bat, so that people don't have to dig for your stuff. All right, let's check this out. So first, her header with her name and a statement of identity, which is the blind storyteller for introspective readers. I strongly recommend coming up with a tagline or some body copy. Statement of identity is really great because there is no guessing what it is that you do or what it is that you offer. So she starts out immediately with a quote, and that sets the tone for the rest of the website. They've got a wonderful blog here. They've got a wonderful portrait that is branded specifically for their brand. You can go to, there is a link to Ko-fi to find the first couple chapters to the book she's writing. And you can join the newsletter where you get some goodies for signing up. And they do their newsletter quarterly, I think, or every few months, which is just the right feed for me, because I sign up for a lot of newsletters and some are crazy. You can also go to her Patreon. Having that link available is, especially if you want different avenues of income, putting your eggs all in one basket is a dangerous habit that I have. So I am branching out in such a way that I have multiple streams of income coming in, and it looks like Doll is doing the same thing. So they have a YouTube, and she does tutorials, she does deep dives, she does readings of her own work. I strongly recommend checking out her YouTube channel. And she is a wizard at Instagram. So she makes it very clear what her Instagram feed looks like. She makes her stuff very accessible, and so that she can be found and so that she can be followed and pictures can be faved. Next, she has a bunch of short stories that she went and made. She made a cover in Canva, and then she made a mock-up after that. So I would be careful with drop shadows, but she uses them very nicely here. And some are available only in audio, right? So having this warning is excellent. Oh, shoot, my thing is over. Read now. Here are the audios. Here are some poems that she has read out loud on her channel. Here is her unpublished works, the works that she has yet to publish, which is super great. I will be doing covers for her. These are just mock-ups. These are just sketches to give people an idea of what kind of mood are going to be. She has very clear branding across this series, which is another topic altogether. It's wonderful. Beyond writing, she talked about what kinds of other offers she gives. And then to support her, she has a Patreon and a Ko-fi yet again, and affiliate links with various trials for companies that she has associated with. Thanks for your support. And then at the bottom, you can find A, her contact, and B, her podcast interviews. Also, all of her social media, which is super helpful. If you do not hang out on social media, do not include your your social media. Concentrate on one social media so that you can find your audience. All right. So this is me scanning through my... Oh my gosh. All right. Boop. I could show mine, but I'm short on time, so I'm going to take 5 minutes and answer some questions. Let's see here. Hello, 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 wonderful people. Sorry to make you wait. I'm scanning the chat. I saw some questions. I know I did. Oh, my mods are like totally slaying it. They really are. All right. What would you recommend for a first-time author that hasn't published anything yet on their website? What are you working on? Do you have any flash? Do you have any short stories? Do you have any outlines? Do you have any concepts? Letting people know what is coming down the chute can get them hyped up to buy your books. So don't be afraid to be like, I have announced this project. I'm going to be working on this project, and it'll be coming down the chute. It is good to talk about your whips. Loves the ease of Wix. And WordPress is just more work than it's worth, in my opinion. I have a website through MailChimp. Oh, cool. Okay. Which then goes to the newsletter. Yeah, I rather use that or Tumblr MailChimp, which is cheap and free. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Very cool. What do you think about using one's Amazon page as a faux website? If that is where your content is, then share the heck out of that page. I still recommend putting together a website. Maybe it links to Amazon, which is what I do. I'll show my thing off, like, eventually. Is Patreon something that writers normally do? Not necessarily. There are a lot of very popular writers who have a vast audience. It makes sense for them to have like a pay-in to find out the things that are backstage and the things that they're working on, and you know, like maybe specific content that they're making for Patreon specifically as a reward for investing. All right. Again, thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. Fill out the AWC form. Here is the link. Do I have a link? Do I have a... You know what? Let me... Here is my website. Gotta run to the next session. Thank you so much. There's my Facebook. Best website service. Maybe. There we go. Best website service. I use Wix. I find Wix the most, the easiest and the most intuitive. So I would recommend Wix, but there are all kinds of services out there. The chair behind you looks super comfy. It is. There is a cat here. Oftentimes there is a cat there. Will definitely rewatch. I'm so glad. Thank you. Hello, Heather. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Laura Nettles is presenting right now.
Always refer to them by that feature in dialogue.
Hold on just a second. So if you would like to go straight over to Laura Nettles' presentation, which is going on right now on description. And if you liked this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you would like to see more videos like this one and more workshops and more presentations, then hit subscribe and maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you when I put something up. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.